Welcome back to the 9. We'll go straight to the latest numbers on the Camp Fire. They show the crews are making progress in putting that catastrophic fire out. CAL FIRE announced this morning that the fire grew by 2,000 acres overnight and now stands at 140,000 acres, or an area that's 219 square miles burned. Containment went up from 35% to now 40%. While the fire remained active overnight, crews are using a number of firefighting techniques to keep the flames from spreading beyond containment lines. Meanwhile, the official death toll stands at 56. That's a number unchanged from last night. The Butte County Sheriff's Department reports 303 people are still unaccounted for. While many survivors who lost their homes in the fire are now sleeping in emergency shelters, some evacuees have put up tents and staked out a spot in a parking lot of a Walmart store in Chico. That's where KTVU's Alyssa Harrington went this morning, and she talked with evacuees trying to recover from the fire. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning. Yeah, I've talked to a few evacuees this morning, of course, going through a very hard time. I, in fact, just spoke with one man with his daughter. She's less than a year old, and they slept in a tent in this parking lot last night. They say it's very cold, but they're very thankful for all of these resources that have come here through donations to the Walmart parking lot. And with me now, I have Luigi Balsamo, one of the first people to actually get this all together. So how did this all start? Because now it's huge, but you said it really started from just one shopping cart.
Yeah, it started because I saw a shopping cart with some clothes laying on there along with several other people, and basically it started with people just wanting to drive through and help people deliver warm blankets and clothes to people that were living and displaced in their cars.
What are some resources here that are available for evacuees?
Some resources that are available for evacuees has been an overabundance of clothes and help from people all over, including the Bay Area, and it's been wonderful. We've had needs that have been met on a daily basis, but now we're in a situation where we need we have a deadline and we have natural weather coming, and we need to really get a message out that we need some answers, and we need some phase 2 and some answers basically from the federal government on where do we go from here.
So what are some of your concerns?
Well, big concerns. We have the weather coming. We have norovirus outbreaks at some of these places, the evacuation centers here, and we have an overextended staff from this, we've done almost too good of a job here creating this living situation for these people. But if that, implodes, then we're going to have a disaster. And our community of Chico here is going to get overwhelmed with these people that have nowhere to go. And like you said, young kids sleeping over there in tents and stuff, and we've done a great job sustaining them temporarily. But what happens after that? We need the federal government to come show us a more long-term solution. We've had nobody giving us any information on that.
Yeah, it sounds like this can't last for too much longer. So as just somebody from this community, how would you describe this experience and how it's impacted you?
How it's impacted me? Well, I've lost 5 properties myself in the fire, and so many of us have direct stories with people that every single one of these stories is crazy. I mean, I had a tenant in one of my properties, a double amputee vet in a wheelchair, and for me to have a conversation the day of with his wife, who was out of town, on the phone with him for his last words while flames were engulfing the house, I mean, that really is something that gets to you personally. My loss is nothing compared to almost everybody here has a story, and a traumatic story, just escaping the fire, but also just so much loss. And so many people up there had families, multiple family members losing everything. And we were here and we wanted to start this to help just get people through this hard time, and we've done that. But now what we really need is a phase 2, and we need answers from government, and we're getting none of that. We got weather coming.
Thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. I appreciate it, and thank you for all that you're doing. I've already seen this morning so many people taking advantage of the blankets and the jackets and the warm food, and there's even some heating lamps over there because it is really chilly out here. Definitely jarring to see how many people are now calling this Walmart parking lot home, and I can tell you that we will have a lot more stories from those evacuees later on in the day. Live in Chico, Alyssa Harrington, KTVU, Fox 2 News.